Can't stop, won't stop, can't stop, won't stop. That's what they used to say in the 90s in New York, and I guess the same thing applies to me because I can't stop buying jerseys. So I know in the last video I said, well, this is gonna be the last part and I don't have any more jerseys, but obviously I'm sort of an addict, so I keep buying, and that's why we are back with part 3. I'm gonna show a lot of jerseys that I previewed in the last video. Like I said, I had a few jerseys coming and now they all have arrived. So without further ado, let's start. First one is a Milwaukee Bucks gamer from the 03-04 season. This is obviously the design that they just brought back or just announced that they will be bringing it back. It is a Reebok size 52 length +6. You can see all the tags here. It's a really clean jersey. I love this design and that's why it's cool that they're bringing it back. The Bucks is, you know, very big because it's a gamer, and you can see that it's shiny. There's some shiny elements. Jersey itself is purple. On the back there is nothing. And I talked about which player I'm gonna use last time, because I tried to look up for who or for whom this jersey was made. I couldn't find anyone who wore size 52 length +6. I saw, I think, Joel Prisbilla wearing 50 +6. And no, I think it was Tony Kukoc who wore 50 +6, and Joel Prisbilla wore 52 +4. So kind of matching, but I don't know. And that's why I'm probably gonna choose someone else. Maybe Rafer Alston, even though he didn't play in 03-04, but he's one of my favorite players of all time. And he wore 24 for one season, so that's cool. Otherwise, I could go back with TJ Ford, Michael Redd. They wore this in 03-04, Ray Allen, sure. But maybe I go back one season, take Anthony Mason and or Gary Payton. But I don't know. If you have any ideas, let me know. Maybe if you find someone who in fact wore size 52 +6, then let me know. Again, a Reebok gamer like this one for me is definitely better than just the authentic, because in my opinion, as like with the Rev 30s, it didn't matter, but here you can see a difference. Obviously the Bucks is a bit bigger, and I think the side part is a bit smaller because the pros had tailored jerseys. They were big but not fat, so for them size 52 is a little bit different than size 52 if you just buy it in store. Like same with size 56, if you buy them then they will be super wide because that's how they were made. But the pros, I think this one fits me in terms of width. In terms of length, of course, I will have to change it, but yeah, one day this will have a player on the back. And it's of course from the season 03-04. That's when someone else had his debut, his rookie season, the King. This is a LeBron James Hardwood Classic by Reebok, size 52. This one, I just got it like 2 weeks ago from a friend, I think in Britain. Hoops Attitude is his name. You can see the jog tag, size 52. 70s throwback. The Lebron MVP had a similar design, but I like this one even better because you can see the yellow part here is the same as the jersey, but then there's some red, some white, again the yellow, some red, some white, and they are like different material, and it goes all over the jersey. Here you have the same design, it's just one material, but I think that's the trimming is always the same material. Yeah, otherwise it's a nice callback to the, I think, Larry Nance era. Champion made these too. Champion even had double stitched numbers and names, I think, but I don't know why they did them, but I prefer the Reebok. It's obviously the old school material, it's super comfortable. And it's LeBron, you can say, you know, I could make a 2-hour video about LeBron back in those days, but yeah, I'm happy to have picked it up, especially because I sold to LeBron. Like, some of these jerseys I could only afford because I sold to LeBron. I hope my man will once again post a pic here. I like the LeBron that I had, but I mean, this one is definitely nice. So it's an adequate replacement. And then another jersey that I bought with the LeBron money is a Brooklyn Nets gamer, BK. This is a Marcus Teague, the white version. I showed the black one already with the Deron Williams. This one is the gamer. It has mesh numbers. And Marcus Teague. I don't know if he was a role player or not, but this jersey is double tagged, size XL, length +2. He wore this from March the 3rd till April 4th, so yeah, he wore it for a month basically. I don't know if he played a lot, but it's a piece of NBA history and I'm happy to have this in my collection. It has a sticker, it also has a certificate from Steiner, I have it somewhere here. Yeah, the Brooklyn jersey, again, this is as clean as the black one. You have some extra layer of stitching and the mesh numbers obviously, which are super nice. Brooklyn, we have the logo over here, the B, the Teague. Yeah, just like the black one, I'm gonna wear this one a lot because it's super fashionable, and in my opinion, Brooklyn have clean jerseys, so I don't know. Some people say that they should go back to like the Nets era of the 90s, but in my opinion, these ones are fine. Well, up next is another Nike authentic from the early days, from the 90s, Tim Hardaway. Now, I didn't pay a lot for it because it's of course a legit jersey. The Hardaway is super nice, but I already showed the front and it looks weird. So yeah, the heat is too low. Like, it should be up here, but unfortunately they messed it up. I don't know, I mean, I will definitely change it. I already talked to my man True Custom. He said it's not a problem, like, it's easy to fix. They just have to take it off and then put it back on, so they don't even have to make anything new. But otherwise it's a super jersey. I had this as a Mitchell & Ness Swingman, I wore it a lot, and this one, when it's done, I'm gonna wear it too, because obviously it's the heat. 90s design, I showed the Jamal Mashburn already. Speaking of the Mashburn, I compared it, like, the size of the heat is much bigger on my Mashburn, so again, the gamers, and True Custom does sort of gamers. He looks at the gamers and then makes the jersey, so gamers are different from authentics, but this one is nice anyway. It's made in El Salvador. This is the old Nike jog tag, and I prefer these jerseys over the one that followed, but it's just me. And then you have the stripe over here, which is actually 3 different stripes. It's not just one material like over here. It's just, there's a single stripe and then another one, which is also nice. I mean, details, that's what it's all about, right? From the Shy like Tim Hardaway, that's the Kanye song. Shout out Tim Hardaway and his son. I like both of them. His son played for the Knicks a lot, which is my next jersey. Another gamer, I think game issued, I'm not sure, but it's just the same as a gamer basically. I have the Shumpert, I showed the number already, it's the same design, but this jersey is older, of course. This is the mid 2000s era, and they wore it as a Rep 30 for a year or two. Number 20, this is of course Mike Bibby. He was awesome point guard. I don't know if he played a lot for the Knicks, he probably didn't. I know that he then went to Miami and played in the finals, or maybe that was before this, I don't know. But I love Mike Bibby, and I love this jersey, so thank you. I bought this one from my man Hoops Attitude as well. What can you say? You know the New Yorkers Kiss Cut, then you have orange stripe, the blue and the black stripe as well. Classic Rep 30 material, mesh numbers, the Knicks over here, the NYK. This is the old logo, I like it too. And yeah, I think in the last video I said I prefer the Mellow Knicks. Well, obviously Mellow wore this for one season, but the one that followed I do, but this one looks good as a Rep 30. Like, I'm not gonna buy this one as a Reebok, Marbury or whatever, or Nate Robinson. No, I'm gonna keep this and then maybe buy the blue one as a Marbury. But yeah, speaking of point guards from New York, there was a super awesome documentary the other day that came out on Showtime, Point Guards. Obviously my Bibby is not in there because he's not from New York, but there's a lot of players, including Kenny Anderson, whose jersey I showed as a Boston. And then speaking of Boston point guards, my next jersey is a recent one. Well, sort of recent, because it's a new Nike, it's an Aero Swift. I didn't pay a lot for this either. I paid like 35 bucks because this is a size 58, which I thought would be huge, but turns out it isn't. It fits actually, so I'm gonna buy another one if I see a size 58. This one is Kyrie. Of course you have the Irving stitched, the 11. The NBA logo isn't stitched, but it's not that big of a deal, and neither is the Nike logo, which I don't care about either. So everything important is stitched. You have the different material, and I sort of realized that new Nike jerseys are somewhat similar to the Rev 30. You see the stripe over here, different material over here and over here. So like if you, at the very basic level, they have some similarities, which is nice. Obviously Rev 30s didn't have this, and the material is different, but the idea of how a jersey is supposed to be is similar. And you have the 17 here, the championship patches. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy these new Nike jerseys brand new or pay the full price for it, no, because I'm not convinced. But for 35 bucks, why would I say no? Especially if it fits. Size 58 is big, but it fits, so happy to add this. Show some international love. This is a Turkey jersey. I showed the red one in the last video. Now I got the white one as well. Size XL, it's a Rev 30 with tags. You have the Turkey logo instead of the NBA logo. Otherwise it's just like regular Rev 30s, you know. You have the material, you have the stripe that I was just talking about with the Nike jersey. So you got the free Adidas stripes, and I bought a few more red ones. I'm gonna show them in a minute, and then I'm gonna talk about the players that I'm gonna customize it if I don't know if I do it, but I probably will, just in a couple of months or years. Speaking of Rev 30s, next up we got a Memphis Grizzlies. This is just a sample from early 2009, so this was before Rev 30s came out. That's why there is no jog tag, for example. This one just didn't have one. What it did have, and I'm gonna show a pic, we're gonna edit that in. Here is a sticker basically with information. CR sample April 4th 2009. Name, Grizzlies second road jersey, model number, art number, color, forever blue, navy, developer KT Lineweber. Or Lineweber, maybe it's a German name, I don't know. Well, what I don't know either is how people got these, but I guess they had their plugs, but I don't think Adidas sold them just like that, because it says ABC on the back, just like the Boston. And interestingly, you can see the numbers have the classic Memphis stripe, like this white stripe over here. The Memphis has as well, but when these jerseys came out, there was no stripe. Instead, it was this blue mesh. This one isn't mesh, it's some sort of twill, I guess, but it has a stripe. So this might be one of the only jerseys that have the stripes, which is pretty cool. And the problem is with the samples jerseys, everything is glued, so you can't remove it. I showed it with the Boston one already. I would have loved to remove this and turn it into, I don't know, maybe Vince Carter, but then I would have to remove the numbers as well, which is impossible without destroying a jersey. I think it was Rudy Gay who wore number 22, and number 44 was Dante Cunningham, so I don't know if I'll change it. You know, I could probably, the name Cunningham is too long, it might be a bit curved. The name Gay would fit. I have to think about it, but yeah, it's a nice jersey. It's my first Memphis Rev 30, and here's the Adidas neck tag, which didn't make it to the final version either. So it's cool to see like the developing and the, I don't know, the process that they went through. Here is another made in Thailand. I think this one is different than what, yeah, it's obviously different than what Rep 30s had, so it's a nice sample, you know, always dope. I paid 40 bucks for it, so I'm happy. And it's size L, I can wear it. Then we have one of my favorite designs of all time, the Philadelphia 76ers Will Chamberlain 60s design. This one has Allen Iverson on the back. It's a Reebok Hardwood Classic, just like the LeBron I showed earlier. 65, 66. I think Mitchell & Ness made them recently, but they kinda messed up the number, the color of the 3, so it looks kinda weird. That's why I prefer the Reebok. I used to have the Nike Swingman as well. I liked it a lot, so I was sort of sad when I had to sell it because I switched to Authentics. Now I got this one, so I'm happy. It's a bit dirty, a bit beat up, it's seen better days, but I'm gonna wear it anyway because it's Iverson, of course. He wore this one with a white shirt underneath. I remember him. And I think like when the players wore it, it didn't look so good because the shorts weren't matching, so I don't know. I'm gonna wear it probably with some black shorts or whatever, or black pants, and then it'll look better because the jersey itself is super clean, super nice. It's a dope colorway, red and blue. So yeah, happy to have another Iverson in my collection. Speaking of number 3s, Jay-Z has a line, if Jeezy's paying LeBron, I'm paying this guy, Dwayne Wade. This is a jersey that came in 2 days ago, I think. This is a Mitchell & Ness, a very current release. I think they came out in April or maybe March, I don't know. But yeah, I got it for 65 bucks, and that's what I mean. But if DC paying LeBron, I'm paying Dwayne Wade. It was probably the best deal I had this summer, size 48. This is of course the champion, or the 05-06 season when they won the title. Well, Wade was a beast in those series, but they also got helped by the refs. That's at least my opinion. I'm not biased, so it's just, I don't know, it was a weird series, and I'm happy that Dallas got their revenge 5 years later. Yeah, what can you say? That's the Heat and the free kiss cut. I'm not sure if Reebok made them like this. I'm pretty sure Reeboks were double stitched, the Authentics. I'm not sure about the Gamers either. Maybe the Gamers were in fact kiss cut, so I have to look it up. If someone knows it, let me know. What else is different? Well, the material is not that shiny, but I like that because I've said before that I don't like the shiny 2000s jerseys. This one isn't that shiny. I mean, it's a little bit. The material is probably the exact same, but they made it less shiny, and I like that. So I'm gonna keep this one. It has a few stains, but overall it's a dope jersey. And another thing I noticed, it doesn't have this little cut here, which all Reebok jerseys have. Again, Mitchell & Ness is known for being somewhat sloppy, so well, I don't know if the Reebok Gamers had it, but I'll keep this one, and then one day I'm gonna check how accurate it is. Next up, we're almost done. Only 2 jerseys left, because actually it's 8 jerseys, but they're all the same. I bought some more Turkey jerseys. I now have 5 of them, which is good because there are at least 5 NBA players that wore these, and they were like J.D. Osman, Ilyasova, o-VHER-load, Omar, Turkoglu, and I think there was, what was his name again? He was definitely in trouble now with the government. Enes Kanter, yeah. I think he still played for Turkey back then, so I don't know, it would make sense to put all of them on the back and then have legit Rep 30s. I might even get mesh numbers if I can find this blank white, plain white mesh numbers. Why not? I mean, the pros didn't wear them, but I love mesh numbers, and I have so many of these, it doesn't really matter. Because what the pros wore were in fact heat pressed. This was the World Cup. I don't know if this was 2010, 2012 or 14 or whenever. I'm not sure about FIBA games and competitions. And then we have the same thing in blue. Not Turkey, France. Because these are super cheap over here as well. I bought 4 more. Now I have, I think, 6 of these. I have another one size S that I'm just still selling. If anyone wants to, let me know. These are Rev 30s. Again, you can see all the elements. They all have tags. I talked about this one in the video before, who I'm gonna, you know, put on the back. I have the white one as well now. I just have to see where it is. It's right here. Got this one for 10 bucks, size M with tags. So yeah, I talked about Boris Diaw, Rudy Gobert, Batum. Who else was there? Petrus, Fournier, and not Tony Parker, unfortunately, but there's choices. So yeah, those were all my new jerseys. I think we're done. I'm gonna make a video soon with J-Mac the Fanatic about Rep 30s. We're gonna talk about, he already has one video, like a sort of guide, but he only has like a couple, and I'm gonna go more in depth. I'm gonna talk about how to spot fake Rep 30s, because just the other day I saw a fake Kobe on eBay. It went for like 250. It was an auction and someone actually bid, so yeah, some guy got screwed. I gotta admit, like at first glance, I was like, oh nice, a Kobe Ref 30, so I put it on my watch list, and then 3-4 days later nobody had bid, and I was like, okay, maybe something's wrong. I checked and it's indeed fake, because there was no pattern over the jersey. I can show it with the France jersey real quick, and I'm gonna show it in the other video. Ref 30 jerseys have a clear pattern in the material, inside the material. You have some bigger holes here, you have this white stripe, and some smaller holes over here. And most of the Ref 30s have this design. There are some teams that don't, and I know it because I have some. In fact, the New Orleans Hornets. And I only know that because, well, obviously because I own one, but when I bought it and it arrived, I was like, oh wow, wait, there's no pattern, you know, it's just holes, the whole material. I was like, maybe it's fake. But then I looked it up, and the pros in fact wore these. The Hornets doesn't have this pattern for some reason. I don't know why. And I have the blue version as well. The Anthony Davis doesn't have it either. So, you know, there's a lot of minor differences between Ref 30s and all the teams, and that's why we're gonna make this video, and I hope y'all watch this one as well. But yeah, first of all, thanks to anyone who watched this video, the Harvey video. Thanks to Harvey for editing. He does a good job. He makes it way more interesting with all the pics and all the videos. And what's next? I have a few jerseys coming, and this time we're gonna include some screenshots, because I'm not gonna make another part. I've traded some jerseys. I'm gonna get one, the Spot Webb Atlanta Hawks, like the 80s, authentic by Mitchell and Ness. I'm gonna get a Julius Randle Lakers in yellow. I'm gonna get a blank Portland Adidas in black. I wanna turn it into a Sebastian Telfair, but I don't know, because he didn't wear Adidas. When Adidas made jerseys, he was already at Minnesota, so I don't know. And what else am I gonna trade? Oh, I bought some jerseys as well. I bought a D-Rose Rev 30 in size L, but it's super messed up, and I really mean messed up on the back. So I bought it from my friend Wear Attire, so I'm gonna get it maybe in a month in the US. It takes a while. And I also bought a white Nike Mitch Richmond 1988 authentic USA, Team USA jersey made by Nike. In 1988, it was the last time when the NBA players couldn't play at the Olympics, so they sent all the college players, and I think Mitch Richmond was the best at least at the tournament. Of course, they had David Robinson and Thunder Dan and some other players that turned out to be super, but somehow they disappointed and finished third. Maybe because they were all college students or barely out of high school, and the other teams had like grown-up men, so probably that's why they finished third. But yeah, I'm gonna get that jersey and maybe a Rondo Rep 30 in green black. Yeah, I'm gonna trade one as well, actually. That's why I'm selling this one. If anyone wants a Boston black and green first gen Adidas size 48, it's legit, it's made in Vietnam. If anyone wants this, I can sell it for $100. It's perfect, like in terms of the condition. It's no holes, no signs of wear, no anything. It's just awesome, I think. This is my favorite Boston design, and I'm happy I showed the sample Rep 30. Now I'm gonna add the Rondo Rep 30 with twill numbers, unfortunately, but what are you gonna do about it, right? Yeah, and then I think what's next, I'm gonna try to buy a lot of mesh numbers. I already talked to PROCUT jerseys. We're gonna find, unfortunately he doesn't make new ones, so if anyone knows someone who makes mesh numbers that's not exclusive pro, then let me know, because exclusive pro takes a long time. One of my friends told me he waited 10 months for a jersey, which is, I mean, he got the mesh numbers, but 10 months? Nah, I'm not gonna wait that long, so I'm gonna buy the mesh numbers of PROCUT Jersey Kings, but unfortunately, like I said, he doesn't make new ones, so everything that's left, I gotta check if I find the right numbers. And I know for some teams I definitely won't. I don't know what I'm gonna do, either find some numbers that are somewhat matching, maybe not the exact layer out here, maybe it's just a white number and I'm gonna use it, but otherwise I'm gonna find someone who makes numbers, either True Custom himself, for sure, for the Milwaukee gamer. And then yeah, hopefully I'm gonna add all the numbers to all my jerseys, and then I'm gonna make another video for sure. It will probably take a few years because finding all the numbers is super hard, but it's gonna be worth it for sure. And yeah, by then I will also have lots of new jerseys that I didn't show this time. I'm wearing my larger one, Adidas Soul Swingman, which Fabulous wore in Pretty Gang. Nice video, he wore the authentic, that's why I need it as well. And I guess that's it. So this is the finale. I'm not gonna make a part 4, this is the final part. So yeah, as of today, this is my collection. Obviously I have the few comings, the few jerseys still coming, and then yeah, I guess that's it for now. One love. Thank you all for watching.